There are 5 ways to pick up spaces in Dusty software: click selection method, frame selection method, measuring point method, 3-point method, and alternative space drawing method. First of all, when can the first click and select method be used? When there are no partitions inside our cabinet, you can click directly to pick up the complete space. When? We can directly use the click method. Let's take this cabinet as an example. If we want to draw 2 doors in this cabinet board, at this time we need to choose the space of this cabinet. In other words, in which area should our door panel be drawn? We directly enter the door panel command door to confirm. We can see inside this cabinet. In fact, there are no obstacles. In other words, it has no laminates or vertical boards. Place the mouse directly inside this cabinet. It can completely pick up the entire interior space. The space chosen by the cabinet door panel. That is the gray-white area we see now. We use the click method to directly click the left button of the mouse. You can go directly to the menu bar for drawing door panels. Everything on our side is selected by default. Click OK. The door panel is drawn. This is the application of the click method. The second method of frame selection. The frame selection method is also called the S method. When we use the click method, when the entire space cannot be completely picked up, we can select the plate. Determine the space required. We need to pay attention when selecting panels. The space we want. In fact, it refers to the smallest area surrounded by the panels we selected. So we need to make sure at this time which panels were selected. Come to Dusty software. Take this cabinet as an example. Suppose I need to draw 2 door panels from one door to the top of this cabinet. At this time, it is difficult for us to choose a space. We directly enter the door panel command door to confirm. If you use the click method, it can only pick up the space above or the space below. What if I need to extract a complete large space? There is no way to use the click method. Then at this time we can directly use the frame selection method. That is our S method. Enter S directly to confirm. At this time, select the corresponding board. Choose 2 top and bottom panels. The minimum space surrounded by the top and bottom plates. This is the area where I need to draw the door panel. Some people will say, can I also choose the left and right side panels? Actually, it's possible. But let's choose the left and right side panels. The space it surrounds. Select the space surrounded by the top and bottom panels. Actually, it's the same space. Let's select the space surrounded by the panel. In fact, it is based on the smallest area. After selecting these panels, direct spaces can be seen. The door panels are also drawn in the same way. The third method is the measuring point method. The measuring point method is in the front view. Directly pull 2 diagonal points. Determine space. For example, I can pull it from bottom to top, or pull it from top to bottom. Just select the diagonal point. We can directly use the measuring point method to pull the corresponding corner point. Determine the space required. Then we are using the measuring point method. When going to pick up space, need to pay attention when modifying drawn door panels or drawers. There is no way to follow the changes in the size of the cabinet. In other words, what is the size of the diagonal pull? Then the door panel we drew. Or how big is the drawer? If you need to modify the size later, our cabinets have changed. So the size of our door panels or drawers. It is also the size of the space formed by the diagonal points. If we need to use the 2-point method to draw the door panel on this cabinet, we also directly enter the door panel command door to confirm. Then let's look at the prompts below it. On the command bar, click the 2 dots below or directly enter 2 to confirm. We just need to pull its diagonal points. The area formed by the pulled diagonal point. This is the space of the door panel we drew. Next, we directly enter the depth of the door panel. When we use the 2-point method to pick up the space and draw the door panel, we want to automatically add vertical panels by drawing door panels. The depth we enter must be the depth of the vertical board. Suppose I need to patch up a vertical board on this side. After checking, click OK and we switch to frame building mode to draw the door panel. When entering the door panel depth, the input should be the depth of this vertical board. Otherwise, if this depth is greater than the depth of the vertical board, then this vertical board will protrude. If it is less than the depth of this vertical board, then this vertical board will become shorter. Okay, let's take a look at DO02 using the 2-point method. Okay, let me make this in-depth hypothesis next. I lose 200. Okay, same. I will add a vertical board in the middle and click OK. We will find out at this time. When our door panel depth is entered as 200, the vertical board added in the middle, its depth becomes 200. So when we use this method, when going to draw the door panel, depth is better. If we say that after we finish painting the door panel, then manually draw the layer riser. It doesn't matter what the depth of our door panels is. There is another situation. For example, when using 2-point painting to insert a module, this depth is the depth of the cabinet. When using this method to draw the door panel, we need to pay attention to the fact that the area we just selected is the one we manually pulled up. The size of the rectangle formed by the corner points is fixed. If we want to modify the cabinet according to the size of the cabinet, Our door panels cannot change with the size of the cabinet. Suppose I modify the width of our cabinet on the right. The width of our other cabinets is 800. Now you need to change it to 900. After changing it to 900, you will find that the size of the cabinet is different. Changed. But the door panel is still in its original position. Its size has not changed at all. So when we use the two-point painting method, what are the dimensions of the diagonal pole curve? The door panel or cabinet we drew. Just what size? The fourth method is the three-point method, when we are making a line of cabinets, or door panel drawer, when the direction is not in the front view. Use this method. You can customize the coordinates of the door panel, width and height. For example, like our case, we are in this case. This cabinet is a beveled cabinet, so the front view is on this side. If we draw the door panel normally, the door panels are all in the front view. When we want to stand in this direction, we can directly use the three-point method. We can first determine where is its coordinate point. That is the origin position of our door panel. Then in which direction is its width? In which direction is the high direction? We can confirm by pressing 3 points, the location of the door panel drawn, and its direction, and its size. When we use the three-point method, when drawing door panels or drawers, we also need to pay attention. Door panels or drawers we drew. There is no way to follow the changes in the size of the cabinet. Let's see this cabinet. So what about this cabinet? It's a special shaped beveled cabinet. When drawing the door panels for this kind of cabinet, if we use the click method or the S method, there is no way to draw the door panel in this direction. So at this time we can use the three-point method. Just by changing its coordinate system, redefine its width and height directions. Similarly, we enter the door panel command. Next, let's click on the 3 dots below, or Shusan is sure. We first determine the location of the coordinate point, then click on it in the x-axis direction. That is, its width direction. Click and select its height direction. So where does this height only go? The height of the door panel we drew. That's where it is. Okay, next we choose a built-in door panel. Okay, at this time our door is drawn. When we use this method to select space, also pay attention. The door panels or drawers we drew. Its size also cannot change with the size of the cabinet. So the door panel we drew. It is a fixed value door panel, instead of a variable value. The fifth method is T-space painting method, also called UCS space. What if the direction of our door panel drawer is not in the front view? You need to switch the direction of the door panel to the front view first, then press T again. Finally, pick up the corresponding space. For example, a tatami like ours. Its side drawer or door panel. It is on the right. At this time, if we use the T-space drawing method, we need to switch the view to the right view first. What if the side cabinet is on the left? Let's switch to the left view first. In other words, in which direction is the space we choose? Let's first switch to which direction of view, then press the T key again. Finally, pick up the corresponding space. We can put door panels or drawers. Put it at the front of the corresponding space. We saw this tatami. There will be a side cabinet on the side of the tatami. If we use the T-space drawing method, first step, we should first change the view to where we need to draw the door panel, or the front view direction of the drawer. Then its front view direction should be on the right. It's the right view. So let's switch to the right view first. Let's click on the view above. Find the right view or enter its shortcut key directly. After switching back, let's enter the DOO2 door panel command again to confirm. Next step, you need to choose which method to use to draw. So what are we going to do next? Just use the UCS space. That is, the drawing method of T-space. Let's just click on the T below, or just enter a T on the keyboard to confirm. Then go and pick up the space. Just click and pick it up. Next we draw 3 columns. Make up a vertical board. Click OK. We can see the door over here. It's already been drawn. Good. What we have drawn here is 3 flip-down doors. Use the ladder method to pick up this kind of space. The door panels we drew. It can change according to the cabinet. We are now 2 meters. I'll turn it into the word 2 meters now. What about the door panel on our side? The size will vary according to the size of the cabinet.